Alrighty. What's going on, people? Y'all know the drill. Give it a few minutes here, and then we'll get started with Bitcoin. I didn't do a test. I better make sure this is all working too. And it's working right. Is that what I sound like? Whoa. Alright. Post this in the chat. Alrighty, one more test. Wow, dude. Glad to have the opportunity, Philip. Thanks. Yeah, heck yeah. How was church today? Ooh, caught in the act. I didn't go to church today. Don't let the people know, because I'm so thankful for you, Jesus. And I'm sorry I missed out on church. But thank you for the time that we all have together to be here for stream. And I pray that it's a good one. How about you, brother? Did you have a good day at church? Did have a lovely home-cooked steak. My amazing girlfriend. So I'm talking about you. Ooh, Snail's finally popping. Nice. Pepe looks okay. Nesco looks pretty toast. Some decent TPs on that though, not too bad. Hey man, said unfortunately, well, best day was yesterday, next best day is today. He's waiting. Alright, it's 3:17. We'll give it like 3 more minutes. And then we'll do a full top down on BTC. Don't expect much with that. I mean, it's pretty much going to be the same as it's been for about 2 months now. I mean, BTC is so boring lately. But we got to talk about it. I mean, you can go from boring to market completely wrecked real fast. What's up, Augustin? Thanks for tuning in, brother. Man, what a crazy few months it's been, guys. I mean, seriously, it's hard to believe we're at, like, this point in the market cycle. And it feels like we're getting moves similar to, like, this point in the market cycle. All that tells me is that come next year, into 2025, we are going to see the craziest run that we have ever seen in crypto. What's up, Jay? Yeah, all's well. Same to you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, for real, guys. I mean, we had Pepe go from literally zero. Literally zero. I mean, like, the first candle, you could have been like $1 million to $2 billion in a bear market. What's going to happen in the bull market? That's the real question. Good Lord. Yes, we will be prescribing fat amounts of copium today. Absolutely. OXO Missors, we're here for you, okay? What's good, G? Appreciate you tuning in. Alrighty. They might never notice, but Pepe's liquidity is actually terrible. $1 billion and 13 million liquidity? Like 1% of it? That's terrible. Oh my gosh. The run for the exits on this will be mind-blowing. I don't know if it's coming just yet, but let's go ahead and throw some EMAs out on this too. I've never checked the EMAs on Pepe, but I bet they're super clean. Oh, what a whiff. What a whiff back here. Freest money ever. Just slipped through your fingers. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Some days I wish I just nuked out OXO like 80%. Just to make a fat 10x on size on Pepe. But anyways, no sense living in the past. Let's go ahead and let's get right into it. So, with regards to BTC, again, if you guys have tuned in the last few streams, yeah, for real, PP Beta Play is definitely going to get us out of the hood, no doubt. But yeah, if you guys have been in the last few streams, it's not going to be much different for BTC. You know, I think we had the new monthly close. No, maybe we didn't have the new monthly close. Well, there's not much to see, right? We're still just fighting between the underside of this general range and this weekly 8 EMA. I mean, there's not even really much to say. It's not very exciting, but, you know, let's look at all the levels that matter, okay? With regards to the monthly on the upside, pretty simple. 30 to 32K up to mid 40s. The only real relevant levels on the monthly right here. And then as far as support goes, you know, I would say the monthly 8 EMA around 26K. Maybe we should color coordinate a little bit here. And then this SR flip, right, which is a little bit more easy to see on the weekly, which ends up basically making, if you combine that with the 8 EMA, you basically have this fat box of support from like 26.5 down to 24.5. Okay. And then below there, I don't know, 20K, I guess. You know, so up here is like mega bullish, right? Right here is kind of just moderately bullish. It looks okay. Down here is gross, right? We don't really want to lose mid 20Ks. Especially on a monthly closing basis, okay? If we close back below this 8 EMA on the monthly, things are going to start to get gross really fast. And I think that's definitely a possibility. I think come Q3, Q4 this year, we're going to see a lot of deals in crypto, especially after such a great run-up this year. You know, I don't know how long this is going to last. I mean, you know, you didn't really ever get that back in 2017, right? You barely even tested the monthly 8 EMA all the way up. And by the time you got a deep pullback, I mean, it was kind of just toast. Versus 2019, we had this really strong run, tried to hold the 8 EMA, then we lost it, and we couldn't break out of that downtrend until mid to late 2020. So that could definitely be the case again here. I mean, we could just trend above, this monthly 8 EMA on BTC, right? Non-stop into next year. Remember, halving is in April of next year, as far as I know. You know, we could do something like that, right? Or something a little bit more crazy. Big move up, big flush, consolidation into the halving, and then rip. Or maybe we get something more like 2019, 2020. You know, maybe we go a little bit higher first. Maybe that's already high, whatever. Something like this, where we come up, we go sideways for a while, nice flush. Here's the halving, and then we take off the middle of next year. Now, I would really like to point something out, guys, before we go any deeper on this, okay? Because I see people joining Blockcircle and, you know, they feel like they're missing out because they missed OXO, or they find they're getting in calls late. let's get something right here. The big stage we're in right now is in between bear market and bull market, right? You have bear market and you have bull market, and then this is the accumulation stage where you really just want to be building positions, right? It's nice to make your 5x, 10x, 50x, whatever. Obviously, the more cash you make during this part, the more you can make in the bull cycle. But you're gonna figure out, and this, it always feels like hindsight, but come this point in the cycle, you're gonna look back and realize that the most money you would have made is by buying like 5 or 6 things in here and just waiting. You'll make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trades probably before the end of this cycle, only to look back and be like, damn, I should have just held that one, for 2 years, or I should have just held this one for 12 months, And so I would not stress so much about having to make it big right now, right? This is all just supposed to be prep for next year, for the post-halving run, 2024 into 2025, right? And, Green Tea wants to joke around, oh, it's copium. It's not really copium, though, right? Like, as long as you're not blowing all your money, you're doing better than a good majority of the market. Like, you go on crypto Twitter and it looks like everyone's just winning, but it's surely not the case. It's surely not the case. I'd say probably top 10% of people are doing well right now. Hope my bag goes up in a few years. Okay, you're memeing, bro, but I mean, it's really facts. Not a few years, next year, but copium basically saying ways to cope with underperforming the market right now, which my man Green Tea is unfortunately doing. But I mean, that's really the case though. Like, I was super early last time in some of my bags. Like, you don't want to be starting to accumulate extremely heavy here, right? And for me in 2018, it was Zap. I'm sure some of us that were around a while ago remember Zap. Just disgusting. Bought it all the way down, held it so long. But finally, right after halving, right before the bull market began, Zap went up 100x in like a month, right? Which basically fueled the entirety of my profits for the bull market, right? And, that'll be the case. Something you could buy right now is going to be going 100x by halving, right? And then you just shove all that into stuff like Ethereum, other stuff that's going to probably go for a, solid 5x, maybe 10x. And that's how you get the really big multipliers, right? Not by just hitting a bunch of 100x's, A 10x into a 10x is 100x, and to a 5x on Ethereum is a 500x. Boom. You freaking made it, What's up, homie? Thanks for tuning in, man. But, anyway, just keep that in mind, guys, right? When you're trying to ape, like, I think one of the questions in the Discord was, let me go see it. What's your strategy for meme mania? Do you think it'll keep going? Any next Pepe on your radar? And honestly, like, oh, my damn headset just turned off. One sec. There we go. And honestly, like, I'm not trying to shove big amounts of money into meme coins right now. Like, I've got basically 2 right now that I'm messing with, being Print the Pepe, which is giving me Pepe every day. So really 3, right? I'm mainly in Pepe, but I'm getting Pepe rewards every single day. But that's my main meme coin exposure right now. Basically betting on, once Pepe starts to cool off, where does that money flow? And I think it flows into a sort of Pepe derivatives, right? Like Print the Pepe. And then in addition to that, Snail, which is having a really nice day today, is my other meme coin bet. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but that's kind of it for me. Like, I know some people have like 10 meme coin bags right now, and they're constantly looking what's launching on Uniswap, and that's awesome. Like, it's super impressive, and I love to see it. I mean, if that's what's possible this year, then next year's going to be insane. But I'm kind of just taking a step back, right? Like, I'm okay raising some cash. I'm okay putting money towards some more, I don't know, reliable stuff. Like, it's so tricky with stuff like meme coins and Pepe. Like, there's not actual utility. Thus, there's not real value to it. You just kind of have to guess where it's going to go. You know what? The only thing I know about Pepe, or Print the Pepe, is that I believe this should be a certain percentage of the market cap of Pepe, given that it's constantly buying up Pepe. So that gives me at least something to go off of. You know, Pepe's $1 billion. I think this should be 5% of Pepe's market cap. Great. I could see this at $50 million. But with Pepe, it's like, you know, what do you compare to? Sheeb, I guess. You know, you're kind of basing things off of, oh, well, Shiba Inu's 5 billion. Pepe should be 5 billion, right? Or Shiba Inu hit 40 billion. Pepe should hit 10 billion. It's like, what do I have to go off of that? Versus something like OXO that, you know, will have potentially a sorts of a floor in price due to how much revenue it brings in, right? Which, again, that's still up in the air right now because the DEX is not live. We don't know how much volume it's going to get. We don't know exactly how much revenue there's going to be. But even if it gets, you know, $2 million a day, you're talking like 50 to 75% APY straight in Ethereum rewards. So already, that's enough for me to see this at, you know, $20 million, $40 million market cap. And then if it gets adoption with this and that, right? If it gets $10 million a day, if their auditor gets traction, the mixer, if they do stuff with NFTs, whatever it might be, okay, great. Then I could see why this could be 100 million or 200 million or whatever. But with meme coins, it's just like, I don't know. It's just not really my expertise. So I basically just focus on my network that spends a lot of time looking at meme stuff. And if one of the homies comes to me and says, hey, dude, you got to check this out. Like, I think this could be a really good play. I might just throw a few bands in it just for the heck of it. But I'm really trying to step back from meme coins. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. Maybe it lasts another months, maybe. I don't know. But eventually that will dry up for a while, for sure. Like, I don't believe this is just going to go straight up all the way into halving next year, and then all the way through the bull run constantly every month. It just seems kind of ridiculous, but who knows? But anyways, I'm gonna get to these questions real quick. Let's just do one last 2-minute spiel on Bitcoin, then we can be done with it, because who really cares about Bitcoin? But truly, Bitcoin starts getting heavy. I mean, I don't think people are gonna want to be holding meme coins. What's up?
What should be the first one? This one?
The light's better in this one for sure.
Okay.
Makes your hair look more platinum.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going.
I'll whiten my hair in all of them.
You whiten them? Ha!
Yeah.
Scam! That's a scam!
Oh, let's do it. Look. Alright, sorry.
There you go. Dino coin, yeah, I know, dude. Like, Bitcoin maxis must be so down bad right now. Like, they're just waiting year after year after year for a 3x from here to 100K or something. Like, sad. I mean, you would be hard pressed to find an existing chart on decentralized exchanges right now that has not gone up more than 3x this year. Other than the rugs. Obviously, a big majority of stuff on DEXs right now is rugged, but the stuff that didn't, for the most part, is up way more than what Bitcoin will probably do during this cycle. At least from where we are now. I mean, even if we go to like 250K, a 7x? Whoa! Yeah, exactly. Couldn't be me, bro. Could not be me. I mean, this will definitely be the first cycle where I start to accumulate a stack of Bitcoin for like long term, but definitely not a big portion of my portfolio. It's just not. Unless we see some massive trend change. You know, if everything gets wrecked except for Bitcoin, we might just have to accept that Dino coin is best coin for a bit. Like, I'm willing to do that, but for now, I'm just not seeing any reason to be in this versus anything else. And in fact, when you zoom in, it just is disgusting. Like, but anyways, I digress. Right now, still the only levels that matter on BTC are low 30Ks, right? We clear that. You know, we should get a run up, in my opinion, to mid 40Ks. Okay, only levels that matter on the upside. And then on the downside, we've got right in here, key SR flip. Here, here, here. Ideally, we hold that if we retest it, and that's like around 24K. That also lines up with our bands, our EMA support on the weekly, and our 8 EMA on the monthly. So if we do get a big flush on Bitcoin, and we definitely could, this is either going to be some really clear accumulation like we saw back in 2020. I'll give a good example of what this could turn out to be. Right? This could just be something like this. Right? Where everyone's just watching this big gap that we've just ripped up through, hoping. Oh, and also just like this. Pretty much upwards accumulation. Right? That could be exactly what we're seeing right now. It happened in 2020. It happened pre-halving last time in 2019. Multiple times, actually. Right? Just a sort of upwards accumulation before eventually going higher. Until the market structure completely changed. And we started to put in lower lows and lower highs. Right? At that point, things were kind of toast. You know, that was definitely a sign to start getting out of your positions. Especially at this point. Okay? And then at that point, you're waiting for this trend of lower highs to break, which didn't happen until DeFi summer. So we could certainly be seeing something like that. But for now, it's still making higher lows, right? The first sign of things getting weak is this pattern of lower highs. But until we clear like 27K, I see absolutely nothing to worry about the overall market. But definitely pay close attention, guys. If we start to crack these levels on BTC, and you're seeing Pepe going down like 30% in a day, things are probably going to be cooked for a bit. Yeah, you know, especially after a damn... whatever this was. I gotta scroll again, goodness. Gosh, there it is. Especially after a 2 million... no, wait, I can't. A 20 million% move up, right? Still, Pepe will dump, and people will be asking, like, why is this dumping? But, anyways, we always want to look at Bitcoin. I know, like, no one really looks at it these days. I'm definitely not trading it, but I think the main reason we're having such great moves on shitcoins right now is because this is the prevalent trend in BTC. Right? Higher highs, higher lows. As long as that keeps up, I don't think we really need to worry that much about the day-to-day. But once we lose that, crypto's going to hit the shitter again. But anyways, enough of that. Let me get some of these questions here. All right, Augustin asked, regarding potential gems, have you heard of checked FX1? Yeah, I saw Block Fundamentals talking about that the other day. I never actually gave it a look. I think it was up like a 2x or something, and I just, you know, assumed I missed out. That's something I always do. FX1 Sports. Maybe that's not it. Oh yeah, I think this is it. I feel like I saw this like somewhere in here, and I just assumed I completely missed out. Pretty killer run. 700K market cap. Pretty cheap. Tokenized social sport watching platform. I don't know. I'm definitely not sold on the name. Or on the idea. Tokenized social sport watching platform. What does that even mean? Oh, what's up, Bert? I didn't even see you tuned in, brother. Appreciate you. Give 35 on OXO. I mean, yeah, that's pretty reasonable. We could totally see 35 again. But yeah, Augustin, I'm not so sure I'm sold on that one. Yeah, Crypto Fundamental, that's who was talking about it. You get rewarded for watching sport with friends on the platform. That's pretty cool. What stops the token from going to zero? Where's the reason this stays up and doesn't just go all the way to zero if people are just selling it from watching TV? I don't know, man. Not something I'm interested in personally, but You know, it's an interesting idea. I mean, watching sports and getting free money. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea. When did you enter Pepe? Dude, I whiffed Pepe. I've never bought Pepe. Well, no, I bought a little Pepe at one point, but I've never really entered Pepe. Someone told me about it, like, on this initial run up. It was at, like, it was either at 30 or at 300. I can't remember. And again, just how I am, right? Like, I look at this. Oh, I missed out. You know, I'm not buying it. Or it was like this. Like, I missed out. I'm not buying this. This is going straight up. Right? But it just doesn't matter in meme coin season, right? Something can go straight up and keep going straight up and keep going straight up. Other things go straight up and they go straight back down to zero. Right? So, yeah, but ever since I got into print the Pepe back here, which was April 22nd. So that's when I started printing Pepe. In here. So I've probably earned, I bought like $3,000 of PP and I've probably gotten over 100K in Pepe rewards. So I'm all right with how I did in regards to the whole Pepe thing, but definitely whiffed the Pepe purchase mad hard. Like, and then I coped again in here, thinking like it would only go up 2x from here when we literally went to $1 billion, which is what I was saying would happen. But genuinely, I was kind of hoping it wouldn't, because then it would mean I missed out on a 10x on massive size with Pepe. Like, I mean, it's really hard to say, dude. Is Pepe done or still can run up? I mean, it's a meme coin, dude. It can definitely still run up, right? Like, you know, we could blow off top to $2 or $5 billion or something. But there's no real, I don't know. I don't think there's any real telling when it's over. Right? Outside of just, you know, technical analysis. Like, all we can really do right now is just follow the pivot higher lows. You know, when you start to crack those higher lows, right? Let's say we make new highs, boom, new higher low. New highs, boom, new higher low. Let's say you do a lower high, lower low. Only at that point am I going to be confident saying it's toast for a while. You know, otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, this still looks fine. Right? I mean, there's not really a huge exhaustion candle. We're on log, so it's a little bit hard to tell. But I don't see a massive exhaustion candle yet. You know, a candle that looks like this, where the bar is like this and the wick is like this. Right? That's something I would expect from a top. This looks more like consolidation similar to here, or similar to back here. You know, so we could very well just do something like this and keep going higher on Pepe. I would not be surprised at all. And they've added it to centralized exchanges now, so you know everyone and their mother is so pissed they missed out on this. The first thing they want to do when they wake up every morning is try to short Pepe. You know, they just, not only do they wish it on people invested for it to crash and them to lose their money, they want to short it so they can make money on the way down too. And what happens? That just creates more fuel for the fire when we start moving up. Group chat showed 100K. I know, dude. That's the problem with being in decent group chats, man, is like they show stuff like this. I mean, someone showed like something yesterday in Blockcircle, and it went up, I think it was Benji, and it went up like 25x in hours. Oh, great. Another day. That was the only nice thing about the bear market, is that you don't ever wake up and missed out on like a dozen 50x plays. Like the bull markets, you wake up, log in, you see you missed out a chance to make it. Every day. It's tough. Yeah, like my buddy Ken, he bought so much of this, like 6% of the supply or something, right when it launched, and sold a fat ass amount of it at like 300K or something, and now we're at $1 billion. I mean, but it's all hindsight in the end, guys. It truly is all hindsight. You know, I would say biggest piece of advice is always keep a moon bag, right? Always keep a moon bag of this stuff, because you think it's bad now. Wait until Bitcoin halving hits. Wait until 6 to 12 months after the halving, when we're at 100 plus K Bitcoin. All the money in the world is pouring into crypto. I guarantee you anything half decent right now is going to be 10 or 100x above where it is now, maybe more. So it's only going to get worse. So keep a moon bag. Don't feel bad about securing profits, right? You sold something for a 10x and it goes to 100x. That sucks. But how about you sold 80% of it for a 10x and your last 20% goes to 100x? Not as bad, right? So keep the moon bag, guys. It's more than worth it. And don't hold through a 10x or a 20x hoping it's going to be the next Pepe just to watch it go back to zero. I have tried to figure out over the years I've been in crypto what really hurts more. Holding something up massively and then all the way back to zero, or selling something for small profits and then watching it go to the moon. They both suck so bad. But I can, with almost 100% certainty, say holding it up and all the way back down is worse. Guaranteed worse. And not just holding back to your entry, but holding, you're up, you put in 10 grand, you hold up to 100 grand profits, and you end up taking a 10 grand loss. That is the worst feeling ever. Versus, I've missed out on tens of millions of dollars because I didn't hold stuff long enough. But, losing 100K on a rug still hurts more. I promise. Okay, hold on. I'm skipping over stuff here. What do you think potential is on OXO market cap in a full bull run? That's going to depend on a lot of factors. That's going to depend on what they put out from here on out. The DEX is the big catch, right? 100% fee share to OXO holders, and you don't have to stake. You don't have to lock yourself up in a smart contract. That is massive. If private swaps actually gain traction, let's say, let's just do some simple mental math here. Right? DEXs right now are doing a couple billion a day, I think, right? Oh, shit. 30 billion. Okay, let's compare to Uniswap. Oh, okay, this is a scam. This has got to be a scam. I'm about to say that doesn't sound right. What the heck is SyncSwap? Hey! This is one of my coins, Whisper. Let's go. Where's all the volume coming from on this crap? And what's this billion dollar coin? $20 billion on this? Do I click this? It says zkSync coin. I know it's bullshit. I'm not even gonna click it. 2% depth, $600. Yeah, that sounds about right. But realistically, okay, so minus 27.5 billion. We're doing like $2 billion a day in DEX volume. We've seen every centralized exchange have serious problems in the last year, starting with FTX. Deribit had issues. I'm sure Binance had some crap going on. Coinbase. People want to use DEXs. And I expect that trend to continue massively. I would expect Uniswap at some point. Excuse me. At some point in this bull run. Let's go look at their recent data. So I think they've had days where they've hit billions of dollars in volume. Shoot, even yesterday they hit over $1 billion in volume. I could easily see Uniswap having $10 billion volume days. We've already seen 8 billion, 5 billion. There's a 10 billion. I could easily see this being $10 billion volume daily. So let's say in an extremely good scenario for OXO, they capture 10% of that. 10% of the market wants to swap privately. Okay? And so we're assuming a couple things, all right? We're assuming massive increase in DEX volume, and we're assuming massive capture from OXO on the DEX volume. That would mean $1 billion a day for OXO exchange, right? Times average of a 7.5 or 0.75% fee. That's $7.5 million a day. Times 365 days a year is $2.7 billion revenue share. in Ethereum a year. If it makes $2.7 billion a year, what's the market cap? 5 billion? 10 billion? You know, it's absurd, right? The thought of it is actually absurd. And that's a very good scenario. Like, that's like the best case scenario, of course. So if you're talking full bull, I mean, you know, things getting crazy, then that's something I think is a possibility. Absolutely. So that's the expectations for... Why can't I just click on these? There we go. That's expectations. Now, do I think OXO is going to capture 10% of Uniswap market cap? I don't know. You know, there's no real telling until we see the DEX live, we see how well it works, and we see, you know, what kind of volume it's getting the first couple months. But if, you know, month 1, we're getting, you know, $1 to $5 million daily volume for OXO. Month 2, we're getting 5 to 10. Month 6, we're getting 10 to 20. Month 12, we're getting 20 to 50. What about month 20? You know, what about early 2025? Could we be seeing $100 million, $500 million daily volume on the OXO exchange? I mean, if so, the upside is just ridiculous. I'm sorry, I missed earlier. R asked if I'm in Nezuko or I cashed out, looking to go in. I do still have like a moon bag. Right, we bought over in this general region, and I sold off my initial somewhere up here, and then right around here, I sold out another big chunk. But for now, I'm kind of just holding the moon bag, right? Again, it's one of those projects that I see a lot of big people backing it, but there's no way for me to really put a value on it. I don't know what Nezuko is worth. 0? I don't know. 10 million? It's just so hard to say, right? So for now, I'm pretty much completely out of that one, but I do have like a 10% or 15% moon bag. All right, let me see. Where was it though? Oh yeah, Burke, you're talking about with PP. Yeah, dude, the rewards are crazy. Like, you know, price retracing this definitely sucked, but the rewards have already more than paid for the position, especially if you got in when Blockcircle gang was in. Your humming makes it grow for that hard. My humming. What's your confidence level at the moment for PP? Confidence in what? Confidence in it, like, going to new highs? I would say about 70, 75% confident. Versus OXO, how confident am I it continues to make new highs? Like 100% almost. PP, I'd say like 70. You know? Will people use OXO DEX with a 1% fee? Probably. I mean, consider this. People use Uniswap with a 0.5% fee. And on top of that, there's $50 to $100 in Uniswap fee per trade. People keep doing it. So I think people, for the most part, again, if we're focused on getting big volume, I'm going to be real. We don't really care if the guy with $500 is going to trade here, right? We care if the guy with $10 million is going to be swapping on Uniswap, you know, or on OXO. Is that guy going to care about 1%? Maybe. If he really cares about it, he's going to buy a million OXO so he can trade with a 0.5% fee. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the fee is a big problem for what you get out of it. Yeah, dude, it's crazy, right? The potential for OXO is honestly something I've never really seen before. Mainly because most projects do not want to give 100% of their revenue back to the holders. But, you know, we'll see. It does require a lot of things to work very well, right? The exchange has to obviously work properly, which as far as I know it does. The UI has to be seamless and simple to understand. Has to be secure, of course, all that stuff. And, you know, people have to want to swap privately. I personally can't wait to swap privately. I mean, I hate, like, my buddy Stan, he always watched me. The moment I transfer something, the moment I swap something, he's like messaging me like, yo, what's that you're messing with? I'm like, bro, I don't need to tell you. Like, I'm just messing. But I don't really like people watching my wallets all the time. And I think a lot of big boys also feel the same way. So I imagine private swaps is going to be a big, big thing. Is it possible it gets rugged? I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible. I mean, anything's possible, I suppose. Outside of a new zero-day exploit with regards to crypto as a whole, I don't think so. I mean, they've renounced the contract ownership, so they can't just literally pull liquidity out. And because they've renounced it, they can't change the sell tax to 100% to stop people from selling, i.e. honeypot. They can't... I don't know. What can they do? They can't just mint a bunch more tokens. Like, they don't have the ownership to do this stuff. So as far as traditional rug goes, no, I don't really think that there's a chance of a rug here. Now, could it fail massively? Could the team decide to completely abandon it, right? Could, you know, those kind of rugs, of course, are possible, right? That's always a possibility. You know, a pseudo rug, right? A rug due to certain events versus a legitimate rug. Yeah, I mean, we should always understand that that is definitely a possibility. I'm not going to come out here and blow smoke up your guys' asses. Like, any project can do that. You know, go to your top 100 on CoinGecko. Any of these can do it except for Bitcoin, basically. I mean, or maybe Ethereum. Like, Binance can rug you guys. Cardano can rug. Lido, Doge, Polygon. Like, any of this stuff could rug, in theory. But most likely, no, I don't think there's really a high chance of a rug by any means. Still think 1 Bitcoin per future kid, but it's like gold bars. Yeah, exactly. You basically have it if for some reason we're living in a world where you have to use Bitcoin. And you already know that world's about to be ass if we're living in a world like that. But, you know, if you want to survive in it and the small off chance that's the world we live in someday, and you had a chance to own 1 Bitcoin, I mean, you're not going to forgive yourself for not doing it, you know. I mean, if you have a $50,000 account, I wouldn't go put $30,000 into 1 Bitcoin and lock it up. But, you know, if you run yourself up to, you know, 10 or 20 Bitcoin worth this cycle, I would probably hold 1 Bitcoin. At least, you know, like it's kind of a hedge against everything else you're going to sell for is probably fiat, right? It's just a basic hedge against that. But, yeah, you know, I wouldn't waste time trading it on leverage or anything. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure, I would trade alts with 50K. You know, if you're trying to mute the volatility of your portfolio, like you want to be exposed to crypto with the 50K, but you don't want to be 100% exposed to meme coins and shit coins, then, you know, have 10, 20, 30, 50%, whatever in Bitcoin. Thus that, you know, if we get a down day across the whole market, 15%, if you're all in meme coins, your portfolio is probably down 50 to 75% on that day. Versus if you're half BTC, half meme coins, I keep saying meme coins, you know, half your portfolio is going to be down 50 to 75%, half your portfolio is going to be down maybe 15%. Thus, the volatility of your portfolio is muted because you held Bitcoin. Likewise, the flip side's true. If half your portfolio goes up 35% to 40K BTC, and your meme coins go up 100x, you know, you're going to make less than if you're all in meme coins. But that's just how it goes, right? So the percent you own in Bitcoin, and in a similar right, the percent you own stable coins is really just a way to mute the volatility of your existing exposure. But I gotta say, man, sometimes I'd rather own Bitcoin than stable coins. Like, real talk. Because, you know, when that whole USDC peg shit went down, I mean, stablecoins are barely crypto, right? Like, it's barely crypto when you're in stablecoins. And I truly feel Bitcoin does not go to zero. Like, I would be willing to put, at least in the next, you know, 5-10 years, unless we get some insane improvement in quantum computing or something and crack the SHA-256 algorithm, I would be willing to put a lot of money that Bitcoin does not go to zero and stay there in the next 5 or 10 years. Every stablecoin now, I would not be willing to take that bet. I would not be willing to lock up $1 million USDC and come back in 5, 10 years and hope to see it still there. Like, it just sketched me out. Like, honestly. Pleb looks great, bro. Every day, the tickers for this stuff gets crazier and crazier. Pleb token. Well, why not? You know, of course. I mean, that looks pretty spicy, dude. That looks pretty spicy. Can't lie. You know, someone's aping in hundreds of thousands of dollars right now. Just look at these bad boys. So yeah, as long as meme coin season keeps going, I mean, this is the kind of stuff I want to be aping. I've just kind of gotten to the point where I've made enough on meme coins that I just don't really want to give any of it back. You know. Oh, you're good. Still think Pepe looks fine. Right? On the lower time frames, if you're doing some scalping and stuff, I mean, you definitely want to see this downtrend break. Right? Here's your trend of lower highs. Here's your trend of lower lows. Okay? You want to see us break out of that and start to make higher highs and higher lows again, if you want to be confident that this downtrend is over. Okay? And then if it does happen, if you start to make higher highs, you got to do the same thing here. Watch your higher lows. You know, if you start to break out, but then you start to lose your higher lows again, it's time to call it quits again. Right? Same as back here. Right? You know, you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting and boom. Right? Go look at your last lower low, this one. Go look at the lower high that led us there, this one. When you start to clear that, the uptrend's back on, right? And then you're watching your higher lows again. Okay? So that's pretty much the same thing here. Last lower low came from, you know, you could maybe argue from this, but I would say really, it's this. So once you break back above there, just keep watching these higher lows. As long as you maintain that, I think Pepe is still a go. I mean, people are still shorting it. Everyone wants it to crumble. But at the end of the day, it's gone from 0 to $1 billion in like 3 weeks. So I don't have a clue, At this point, all you can do is TA. That's all you can do on this at this point. Because it's a meme coin. Still trade on WooX. If I trade on exchanges, I definitely still trade on WooX. But I have not had money there in ages. I could not be bothered to trade on leverage right now. Like, the only thing I want that I would get on WooTrade is Woo. And, I mean, Woo looks good. Like, it looks fine. I've just not seen it look that crazy. If we were, like, trending hard above here, okay, different story. Like, if we got a face melting pump up to, like, 50 cents, 70 cents or something, and then we start to pull back, right, yeah, I'll start to accumulate a position for sure again. Right now, it's essentially, in my opinion, a bet on Bitcoin breaking out. I mean, it's almost the exact same market structure. In fact, against BTC, it's not even outperforming. So with that being the only thing I really want on WooTrade, no, I'm not really trading on it right now. Hey, R, were you in the stream earlier when I talked about Nezuko? Sorry I missed your comment earlier on, but I do still hold a moon bag. Like 20, it's either 10, 15, or 20% or something of what I bought back in here. But I don't think I'm going to buy anymore. I'm kind of happy leaving this one as a guaranteed dub. If the rest of my bag goes to 0, this is still a dub for me. Versus if I start to add back here, then I'm kind of giving back what I've made. So I'm just personally holding the moon bag. I don't even know if I would add here if you're not in, or if you're in and you want to add more. Like, it's hard to say, right? The hope if you add here is that, this break kind of ends like this break, right? But if that's the case, I mean, you might just be better off waiting for that little downtrend to end, which is right here. You know, wait for that to end before you decide you want to ape more. Obviously, then you're going to buy higher, but at the same time, you don't got to worry about knife catching, you know? Hey, what's up, Logan? Thanks for tuning in, homie. Oh, yeah, I've been seeing comments about OX and Crib. We should definitely look at that. I mean, it's a nice chart. I mean, we accumulated the shit out of this back at these levels in Blockcircle, and I mean, we had ample time to buy it. You know, I first called it, I think, somewhere in here, right? And this is kind of the Blockcircle candle, right? But you had a chance to accumulate, honestly, below my price, as well as, you know, several weeks in this general range here before we finally ripped. So anyone who wants to be in should probably be in at this point. But if you're not, I mean, I do think it still looks good as long as we tend to respect this old range high. Not that TA really matters that much on a $2 million market cap coin with 270K liquidity. But I think we definitely want to see this continue to make higher lows, higher highs. Right? So for now, again, I don't think I'm adding to this one. I'm pretty happy with my size. Basically sold the Pico top on this. Right, I was out doing something when we first hit $4, and I rushed back, and I was telling my girlfriend, please, say a prayer it hits $4 again so I can sell. And it did. And I got a nice big fat sell in there. And I think that's all I sold. I don't think I sold any more after that. I think I'm still holding, I think that was about 25% of my position. And I think that's all I sold. So still holding the rest of that pretty happily, honestly. I mean, the price action is pretty nice. You know, we're just in kind of like a little pullback channel right now. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this go back towards like $1.50 or something. But I definitely believe, even though they're not strictly related in any way, OXO missers are going to look for OX Encrypt as a catch-up play. Right, so we could almost see this as a percentage of OXO's market cap. You know, OXO goes to 100 million. I think we could see this at 10 million just based off the name. Outside of that, the team's actually Gigabrain, and they're building a lot of really cool, potentially very useful tools that I believe you need OX Encrypt to access. So, super solid project. I'm happily holding the rest of mine. I don't think I'm going to sell any more, even if we start to crumble. My initial's taken out. It's a free bag. You know, we did good Blockcircle. I mean, we should be up anywhere from 200 to 400% on that move. So super solid. And if you bid better than I did, I mean, you could be up, you know, up to 600%. So very nice. Well, it's good, Logan. I don't remember if I shouted you out yet, but I appreciate you tuning in. I'm doing great. Pray the same for you. Thoughts on Turbo? Oh my gosh, that's another one. I literally have not even pulled up the Turbo chart because I've heard about it so much and missed it that I just know I'm going to pull it up and it's going to be a fucking gigantic candle. Congrats on Pleb, by the way. Whoever mentioned that, I hope you are making a killing on that. Jay, I'm not sure if you're in that, brother, but I hope you make a killing. Looks really sick. Alright, let's look up Turbo. Is it on RB? I'm assuming it's... Ah, sorry to hear that, Jay. Swing and a miss, brother. Is it the top one here? Is it on Ethereum? For Turbo? Anybody know? Or is it the RB one? Oh, wait. $11 liquidity. Well, I guess that we know it's this one. Ah, I knew it. I knew it, dude. I heard about this day one, too. And look, the fat volume is the worst because you know you can ape like 100K back here. Gosh, dude, meme season hurts, dude. Meme season's great, and I'm happy to make like a good bit of money on it, but gosh, just missing stuff is so painful. Ugh. Like, Oh gosh, this makes me. But thoughts on it? I mean, what's there to think really? It's gone straight up a bajillion percent on massive volume. It's $100 million. I don't even need to ask what the fundamentals are. I'm sure there's no fundamentals. But I don't know, man. You guys ask me like what I think about this stuff, but I don't really know what to say. Like it's a meme coin, you know? If we're doing technical analysis, right? Here was your previous uptrend, right? They got cooked. Previous uptrend, cooked. Here's your new downtrend, right? Like this. Okay, so if you can break out above like 2200 or whatever this is, I think you're looking pretty solid again. But for now, like, I mean, it looks like you're just kind of stuck in this little intermediate term pullback. So, next leg, I can't speak today, oh my god. Next leg up soon, I'm not sure, but you definitely got to clear this pattern or lower highs here before that's going to happen. Sunday stream on the treadmill. Let's go. Take care of your health, guys. That's facts. I mean, I've been slacking the last year or more on that. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I was on a damn treadmill. Props to you, brother. Nezuko hold underwater, small bag, looking to add again. Dev very quiet. Interesting movement. Yeah, genuinely, brother. I think if the NFT release catches a pump, I think you just dip. Like, I don't think that's gonna be sustainable at all. So sorry to hear you're underwater. It's the way it goes sometimes, I suppose. I've had plenty of underwater bags the last couple months too. At what age did you start making serious life-changing money with crypto? That's a difficult question because that really that depends on what you define as life-changing. You know, most people, I guess that would be, you know, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, a million, stuff like that. But for me, the first week I made $500 from home. That was the biggest change in my life, you know, like that meant, holy shit, I can make $500 in a week. I'm making $500 a week at Bojangles. You know, I just figured out I don't gotta work at Bojangles, you know? And that was the biggest life change ever. Like, not having to go work at my shitty job. Not that every job is a shitty job, but my job was a shitty job. You know, some jobs are like fulfilling and all that stuff. Not mine. It was not fun at all. So that was the most life-changing in that sense. As far as making bank, I was... Oh gosh, it's not good when you gotta look at a damn calendar. It was like 2020... I would say 2021. And that was 2 years ago, so I was like 23, 24, 25, something like that. So, very young, very thankful. Pope? We can do a little Pope. But yeah, sorry, again, last comment on Turbo, I just don't think it's ready yet, right? You gotta break out of this little crap right here. But once you do, you know, full send. I don't see why not. Same as back here, right? It just takes a little time. Once you break out of the downtrend that you're in, you know, it's a go. I can't believe... Ugh, I just missed so much meme coin, dude. Like, it's so hard to keep up. And it's so hard to hold all the way, too. That's the like, biggest tricky thing is I look at Turbo, I'm like, damn, I missed out on a 22,000x because I for sure would have bought all my size right here and sold all of it right here. When in reality, my buy probably would have been like somewhere in here, and I probably would have sold a bunch of it, you know, in here, and kept the moon bag and probably sold the moon bag, you know, too early too. So it's nice to think you'd be in every meme coin from the bottom and hold all the way to the top on fat side, but in reality, probably not the case, you know. So as much as I like hype up that this hurts so bad, I don't really think about how much I'm missing out on, honestly. Pepe. I definitely think about Pepe sometimes, though. That is crazy. All right, anyway, let's look at Pope real quick. Of course there's a Pope coin. I mean, you know, why not? Why not? Is this the right one? Oh, damn. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty darn good. Just launched today. Pretty good lick versus market cap. 111K. Look at all the ones. 1111111. That's kind of sick. That's a sign to get in. But I mean, yeah, this actually looks really good. Do I even need to ask what it is? You know, is it just Pope coin? Is that really what it is? Like, it's so weird. Meme coin season. It's not like I don't go to CoinGecko. I don't ask what the fundamentals are. You know, what are they doing for crypto? What's the utility? It's just, oh no, it's just Turbo. It's just Lambo. It's just Pope coin. It's just Mong. You know, that's it. Oh, there's also only one Pope. That is true. It's all lining up. That might be a sign. If I wasn't such a cash raiser right now for taxes, dude, I mean, that might be a sign. Take a look at Plaque. Oh gosh, that's another one I missed out on pretty hard. Platonic Quintessence. Quintessence. Something like that. What a great name. See, this is a great example right here. Great example. What did this do from the lows? 100x here. 140x. You know there's people holding that all the way up and then all the way back down to like a 10x. As if everyone's getting in the first candle. Let's assume you got in like here. You're holding the 6x. You think you got the next Pepe. You could just take the free money. But instead, you hold it back to break even. And then, oh shit! 10x? Yeah, I knew it was going to be the next Pepe. Let's go! Wait, what? Oh, only at 2x now. Oh, big candle. Woo! That's the worst thing about meme coins, dude. Like, there's just no way to put any sense of value on it. Still in from the lows. What's the lows for you? Like from in here or something? I mean, it's 700K market cap. You know, it's cheap. It's cheap relative to the bigger meme coins, but you have to ask yourself, you know, is this one that's going to be up there with the big boys at 10, 20, 50, $100 million? Right? And I don't know. I mean, it's just, there's just no way to research this stuff. Like, do I look it up? Is it even worth looking up? There it is. I'm going to click this link. All my money's going to be gone. Yo, this shit's fire, actually. This looks dope. Okay. Okay, what the hell am I looking at? What am I looking at? What is the coin? Is that it? Is that the whole project? Well, that's how it goes, isn't it? Not a meme coin? I mean, I said the website looks sick. The first site. But there's no information here. Like, yeah, some esoteric shit that they want to be big brain by not having available information if you don't want to go to the medium. Like, we're so big brain. We found this on Wikipedia. I'm just hating. You know why I'm hating? Because I didn't buy. Ooh, staking? Damn, I haven't seen staking in a project in like years. Is it real yield though? Is this real yield, Logan? I'm not gonna read all these paragraphs, so. yeah, Devs had to look up the definition and spell it. Distribution of ETH rewards. I mean, that's good if it's real yield. I don't know. I just can't. I can't be bothered to read it. I'm sorry. I just can't. Ha! Copy pasta to ChatGPT. That's a great idea, actually. Do I want to use ChatGPT on stream though? I don't think I'm logged in. I'll have to remember that next stream though. I'll log into ChatGPT beforehand so we can meme some stuff with that. That's actually a great idea. I mean, they could be pogged, dude, if they're ETH rewards. That's not like draining the protocol of anything. I mean, that's pretty sick. I'll say the chart does not look great, but you know, for now, higher highs, higher lows. I mean, that's the only thing we can really see here. Maybe, but here's the thing, right? It's 750K market cap. Some people want to be in and out, this kind of stuff. Like, you know, if they're in at 100K, goes to 300K, they're selling. Like, it's just not the way I tend to play it most of the time. Like, oh, thanks, Jay. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Take care. For me, this is ground floor. It either goes to $5-10 million market cap or it doesn't. And that's it. Like, there's not really much of an in-between. For me, at least, you know? So either this is going to giga moon and you're going to make money, or it's going to eventually float to zero and stay there forever. You're not. So, you know, I don't really have much to say on it. I mean, it's definitely an interesting project. But, you know, if you're in, you're in. You know, if you're willing to hold up a 10x, you know, why sell back near your entry, you know? So I would just vibe. Keep vibing. Pope listed on MXC in 4 days. Okay, wow. Wow. MXC, that's a big boy, huh? I personally just, like, don't even care about exchange listings nowadays. That used to be the hype. And, like, Binance listing is still hype, for sure. But outside of that, I mean, I don't know. I just assume everyone can use a DEX nowadays. If you're a cognizant person in crypto, I assume you know how to use a DEX. Does being on MEXC mean, oh, finally, I can buy? Like, who out there is feeling that way, you know? So I just don't get the exchange hype. Yeah, you're welcome, Jay. I wish you the best of luck. I hope it absolutely rips face for you. But, I don't know. I'm so 50-50 on the market right now. Like, I just don't know if I want to keep aping meme coins or not because they're clearly so good, or if, you know, I'm happy with my two coins. One's doing great. One's chart doesn't look that great, but is doing great with printing. Do I want to get greedy and just keep aping because every day there's more stuff that goes up 10x? Like, I don't know. Coinbase pretty pog too. Absolutely. Definitely. Normie exit lick. Exactly. Right, for sure. Like, yeah, Coinbase, Binance, I mean, like, Bybit is pretty good too, you know, it's pretty hype, but like I wouldn't be expecting, like, a candle like this. MEXC listing, you know, BitGet, like. But it really just depends on liquidity, right? I mean, if it's super thin liquidity, you know, an exchange could be a good thing, even though they can have thin liquidity too, but. Oh, we got 5 cents fadors. Oh, I didn't even mention on stream yet, but one of my buddies came to me yesterday and, like, I got a lot of taxes to pay, you know, so I'm trying to raise some cash, but I just really don't want to part with OXO at this price. You know, I'm not married to it. Like, I'll sell it when I want to sell it, but man, I just really don't want to sell price action like this. Like, this just looks so clean. It looks like it's just gonna rip to like 25 cents. But my homie came to me. He was like, look, is anyone trying to OTC some OXO? My father-in-law is trying to get in. I'm like, oh my god. Or is trying to add. I'm like, damn. This guy's dad is trying to buy? Like, it'd be so sick to sell. It's so sick either way. I sell him the top, and I've gotten someone's father-in-law to buy my bags for me at the top. Or I sell him some, it keeps ripping. I gave someone some OXO to his father-in-law, and his old guy made fucking money off OXO. That's also hype for me. Like, I'd be hyped to give him some OXO and he makes bank on it. I'd also be hyped to give it to him and he bought the top from me. Nothing personal if you're watching this. So I did pretty happily sell 10% of my OXO bag at 4.5 cents yesterday. Your mom's Forex on it? Let's go, dude. Let's see, we gotta get grandma in, man. That's so hyped, dude. Love that. But yeah, I finally secured... I don't know if I told you, Ryan, but I secured the bag, dude. I don't remember how much I got in this range, because a lot of my size is actually from this range here. Only like a third or a quarter is from this range. Maybe it was... Yeah, something like that. A third, a quarter, half, something. But my lowest buy is definitely in the threes somewhere. So I secured a damn, like, 150x. On fat size, dude. I mean, it don't get much better than that. In a bear market, basically. I mean, so the hype is unreal. But as cool as that is, the best part is getting messages from people like, just made up my 2022 losses from this one investment. Like, let's go. Like, that's so hype. I love getting messages from people that are following me on investments and making stacks. Like, as long as you guys are responsible, like, you have to understand not everything's going to end up like this. Plenty of stuff I buy goes up and then goes to zero after. Plenty of stuff I buy doesn't even go up, just goes to zero. Plenty of stuff is going to go up, it's going to go back down, I'm going to choose to sell it, and then it's going to rip. Like, you know, you just got to be an adult if you're following me. But sometimes, every now and then, we're going to find something like this. And it's going to be game-changing. And that's one of the main reasons our turnover rate in Blockcircle is so low. Because people just know the moment they leave, that's when the banger's going to come out. Like, nobody leaves, you know? I mean, we do get people leaving sometime, but, you know, it's not usually, you know, for the reasons you'd expect. Like, and it's a very low number. But, like, most of the people that have been in there for a while are in there because of these kind of plays, you know, the OXO, the Woo trade, the spells. In addition to the infinite amount of 10x, 20x plays that have been in there. I mean, Maple, Rook, MPH, Ethereum Blue back in the day, Ryblock, Samisa Go, Civic. You know, back in 2017, we got in Binance CEO, or the Binance ICO at 10 cents for BNB. Like, these kind of plays is why people are sticking with us. And because I'm transparent. Like, I'll tell you if I'm dumping on you guys, and I'll tell you if, you know, I'll tell you if I'm doing a candle like this, right? And I'll tell you if I'm doing a candle like this. But anyway, I digress. That's freaking awesome, though, Chad. Your mom is clearly a mother of Chad. I absolutely love that. But anyways, yeah. Transparency's already been posted in the chat, but just for stream transparency, I sold 10% of my OXO, so no one coming at me like, oh, you didn't tell us you sold. You didn't tell us you sold. Anyways, this is a sight to see. Did you ever pick up any snail, Ryan? We riding on this one? I think I'm up almost 2x. My boy Capo got me in this one. I think he got me in at like... Got me in at like 17.6-ish on a piece. So that's up 100%. And then I aped more. Somewhere. This candle, maybe? No, this is like a front run, I think. Maybe it was this candle. I don't remember. But I got a pretty fat bag of this one. I'm pretty excited for this. This is probably my... No, you didn't. Ah, oh, rip. Probably my second favorite meme coin. I want to look at what you shared earlier in the chat, dude, but I'm not going to pull it up on stream. It's a little bit too degen. I haven't looked at it yet, you know. I want to see if I haven't decided if I want to buy some, so... Can't share that on stream. Please don't share it in the chat. Whatever it was. Blockcircle guys are scrambling right now to figure out what Ryan just posted earlier. Oh yeah, I did have a couple more questions too from the chat. Sorry I didn't post a thread for AMA questions. I just kind of forgot. What do you suggest for those who have small portfolio in current high ETH gas environment where gas can eat large part of the trade? Honestly, brother, there's not really a good solution for that. Honestly, like, the only solutions really are you trade on a centralized exchange, which means you're not going to be in a lot of the stuff that is active right now, or you're mainly active in other ecosystems like Arbitrum, Phantom, Polygon, stuff like that, which again, you're not always going to have the same opportunities as the people on ETH. It just, I mean, it is what it is. There's not really much advice I have for it. I don't know of any workaround for that. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I hate it too. I'm thankful that I can, afford to do it, but I still hate it. I mean, I've given up ungodly, at least, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars to fees in the last 3 years. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the worst part is you're paying fees in Ethereum. So when Ethereum goes to 10K, that's going to look even more painful. But, I'm sorry, dude. I really just don't have any good advice on that. Baby asked that in the chat. It just kind of is what it is. Be smart with your trades. Obviously you can't afford to ape everything. And you definitely can't afford to be in and out, in and out, in and out. Like, you got to be very selective about what you're picking and very selective about when you want to exit. I hate that that's the way it is right now. I hope that sharding or whatever goes live, or that, eventually L2s are just taking off a lot of the pressure of gas fees. But for now, it just kind of is what it is, Someone asked, how do you use read charts when you click log? Right, so for me, I just like to use log to get a more, I almost said more realistic. I don't even know if that's the right word for it, but for me, it's hard to really tell, like, what's really gone on here. Like, this looks like it's already done its move. Like, this looks like, wow, this is 1,000%. No way it's going more. When you turn on log, it doesn't actually look that crazy. It kind of makes you look and focus more on the actual price action. Like, I can very clearly see the structures here. The upwards accumulation, all that stuff, versus here, like, it's a bit harder to really see what's going on. And all it's doing is it's a much better way to look at it in a percent-based format. That's not even at all what I wanted to say there. I'm having a complete brain fart moment, of course. But it's just logarithmic versus linear, right? When you get a 10x move and you're not on logarithmic, it's going to rip up like this because your price scale is linearly increasing versus logarithmically. So when you change to log, you might have a move that looks like visually, this looks like a 2x, right? You would think a 10x would look like this on a linear chart. So I definitely prefer log for any kind of price action that's not intraday. If I'm going to scalp BTC on the 15 minute, on the 1 hour, you don't need log. Look, it doesn't do anything. It's a small scale, unless you're getting some extremely dramatic moves. But if I'm looking at anything over the hourly, 4 hour, daily, I mean, it does start to affect things. Again, on Bitcoin, it's not really affecting me that much, but you look at the entirety of Bitcoin, it definitely starts to, like, look at this. The verticality here is obnoxious, but then you put it on log, all of a sudden it doesn't look that ridiculous. And I just find it helps me to actually focus on the real price action versus just, oh, it looks like it's going straight up, so I want to sell because it looks like it's going straight up. When in reality, you should be thinking it looks like it's still making higher lows and higher highs, so I should still have a position. If that makes sense. Sorry, someone out there who knows the exact details is going to be able to give you a much better, clear, concise dictionary and explanation. But for me, it's all about how clean it looks, and it stops me from focusing on, oh, it looks like it's too high to buy, kind of mentality. ICP will host ETH on chain soon. Hope that's resolved gas fees. Well, I don't know what the heck ICP is. Isn't that the Internet Computer Project or whatever? That basically rugged. Yeah, nice project. $2,500 to $3. What a joke. But hey, if they're gonna fix it, power to them. I'll be so excited to see that happen because it's terrible. I mean, just because I have a bigger account, I don't want to pay that, dude. $50 to $100 a transaction is ridiculous. That's not scalable. Like, you're not gonna get normies in with that. I mean, it's just stupid. Like, my girlfriend was trying to trade a couple weeks ago before meme coins were really blowing up like Pepe. And she could do it, you know. She could bridge, she could do this or that. It was like $15, $10. Still not, like, cheap. But now, like, she's trying to trade around $200. Like, good luck. You want to swap on Uniswap? $60. So you better make, you know, you're investing $100. You better make at least 60%. No, really, it's $60 in and $60 out. So you better make 120% to break even on $100. It's crazy. It's just sad, dude. Like, my homie Ethan wants me to teach him crypto, and that's a whole different story too. Like, the teaching crypto is so hard, dude. Like, the best way to be taught crypto is to spend a year trading crypto. Set aside some money you don't mind going to zero, because it probably will. Get rugged. Buy the tops, you know, sell the bottoms. That is really the best way to learn. But anyways, he can't even do that because he wants to go buy something on Uniswap. $50 to buy it. Like, it's just ridiculous. I'm not about to spend a day's worth of pay to get in and out of a coin. It's just silly. But then the coin goes 10x and you're wishing you did. And it's like, well, fuck. Like, what am I supposed to do? But anyway, it's messed up. I really hope these L2s and stuff can fix it. FTX rugged it, and I believe that. I do believe that. What does hosting it mean? Like, it's taking on all the tech pressure? Oh, no, we actually have not looked at ZK coins. Good looks, dude. That's weird. I was literally going through all these, and for some reason, I was just, like, glossing over them because I haven't thought about them lately, but legit, it's like, it's probably one of the most slept-on things in crypto right now is zkSync. Because we went through the whole Arbitrum phase, right? Where the Arbitrum airdrop was hyped up for years, and then it finally came, and it was like everyone just blew their load on airdrop farming. You know? And so people are not paying attention at all to zkSync. And the other thing is, Arbitrum had years to become an actual decent ecosystem before they did the airdrop. But what if ZK just decides to do the airdrop in like a month? Literally nobody's going to be eligible. You know, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to wait until a lot of activity's on it to do it. But if they do it, I mean, it's going to be me and Ryan and like a dozen other guys in Blockcircle. That's the only people getting the airdrop because nobody is touching zkSync. And that goes double, triple for the low caps on there. Right? Which, my favorite, of course, it's been mentioned here before, is Whisper. Right? They're building a huge suite of, like, DeFi tools. You know, they've got, like, token locking, liquidity locking. Right now you can stake. It's not revolutionary or anything. But right now you can stake your Whisper for pretty nice APY. I think the pools are full, but regardless, they're going to have prediction markets and stuff. I mean, and more than that. There's more. I read the white paper a few weeks ago. I just can't, you know, oh gosh, so much happens in crypto. I can't even remember it, but they're building a lot of cool stuff. They're one of the only coins that's native to Mute, which is like the main DEX to trade on. And by native, I mean you don't have to copy the token address and paste it in and get that Uniswap pop-up that says, I hope you understand that this is going to rug you, you know? Like, you just log on to Mute, open the app, and it's right there, Whisper. You don't have to paste it in. Which to me says that you know, Mute has some form of trust in them being a legitimate project. Not that I know if Mute is super legitimate or not either, but, you know, I would assume it's decent. And so I think this is probably one of the most undervalued things you could buy right now. People asking me in Discord today, like, people that joined after OXO, after PP and stuff, like, they feel bad because they just missed this, and what's the only thing they can think about? I'm waiting on your next OXO, brother, you know, I'm waiting on the next big one, like, what can I buy right now? It's like, it's tough because I don't want them to have to, you know, wait months paying Blockcircle fees, but at the same time, it's not about rushing into a position, you know, you might pay couple $100, $300 in Blockcircle fees, and then you're in there when the big banger hits and you make 10 grand, and all of a sudden you don't really care about that, you know, the fees that you pay to be in there. And now we're actually launching a referral program. So if you refer people, you get a portion of their subscription costs. You refer like 3 people and your subscription's free, you know, as long as they stay in. But I get the mentality, right? Like if I see OXO on Twitter going crazy and that Hunter called it or whatever, I want to join Blockcircle because I want to do that too. All I can think is, man, when's the next big OXO trade? Well, if I had to pick one that I own... Did our internet just crash? Hey, can someone type in chat if you can hear what I'm saying right now? Because I just got an OBS disconnect notice. I just want to make sure I'm still good before I keep talking. We're good? Okay, we're good. But yeah, Snailbrook is a town that Elon Musk is building in Texas, right? Yeah, I know. I thought my internet went out or something, but I don't know. Elon Musk heard me talking about Snailbrook, and he was trying to DDoS me or something. It's too soon, my son. Kind of vibes, you know. But Snailbrook is maybe my favorite pick right now, but it's already kind of high market cap. Like I could see this going like a 5 or 10x from here. Maybe 20 or 30x, you know, to $1 billion in a bull market, like a full bull market. But as far as potential upside, you know, if zkSync goes big, the biggest upside will be one of these little low caps. You know, Hush is 400k market cap, Whisper is like $1 million. One of these going to 100 million. That's the big upside here on zkSync. Right? Like you want to take your initial out at 3x, 4x, whatever, you know, it's fine, I get it. But the big upside is you having a bag of this stuff from the floor, right? $1 million market cap for this stuff. Yeah, you can go down 50%, 80%, whatever. But reality, this is the floor, okay? And this is where you're trying to sell 2024, way over here. I mean, sooner is better is nice too, but ideally, it's a penny now. You're looking for, you know, 30, 40 cents up here somewhere. That's the goal. Right? Does this look appetizing? You know? Does this look nice? Because that's what this looked like. Right? Let me take off log. That's what this looked like. And it's not to say, oh, the chart's small, so it's going to be just like OXO. But those are the kind of bets I'm making, right? And someone asked earlier as well, like, how do I determine something that is long-term? And that's a tricky question because, first off, what I determine as long-term doesn't mean much of anything. It doesn't mean I'm actually going to hold it for a long time. And it doesn't mean that the project's definitely going to stay around for the long term. It simply means I could see this being around next year, and I could see this being around at a higher valuation next year. Simple as that. For whatever reason, like for OXO, I think people will like to swap privately. I think people will like the revenue share. I think the auditor will stick around. I think the mixer will be something people want to use. I think the team is dedicated and committed. Thus, you bring all the factors together, it's a long-term investment, meaning I will try to hold some piece of this investment as long as I can. 6 months, 12 months, a year, 2 years, whatever it may be, as long as the trend stays positive. Whisper is another one of those. Like, you know, if I get a 10 or 20x, I'm going to take some off the plate just to ensure I'm comfy. And that's a big thing, guys. Holding to a 100x is actually really hard. Everyone thinks if they were in Pepe from the lows that they would have sold, they would be holding it now. No, you wouldn't. There's no way. I mean, some people might. Real degens. But the same people that are holding it all the way up to here are probably going to hold it all the way back down. because it's really hard. One of the best ways to ensure you hold some of your bag all the way is to take profits, right? You know, if you buy $1,000 worth and it's 10K, if you take out 2K here, it's going to be a lot easier to sit through this because you're thinking, okay, you know, I already took some profits. I can wait a little bit higher before I take some more profits. Versus you don't take anything, you're starting to get super antsy every single candle, like, shit, come on, this is a lot of money. Like, I'd really hate to lose this. Take some off, and then you don't lose everything if it goes down. You don't give up your chance to make money, right? And then at some point, you got to come in and only have a piece that you trail out with higher lows. That's the biggest thing you can do, right? And right now, for Pepe, I mean, this is the last real high or low. It depends on what time frame you're looking at. For me, if we're considering this going into next year and even 2025, I use the weekly time frame. This is the Pepe chart. That, like, you will not know whether this is toast until we get like a serious pullback, consolidation for a while, and then the next move, and then rinse, repeat, and so on. Like, but if you're in from here, don't you want to try and ride this into 2025? It could go up to here. I mean, obviously, Pepe's not going to $30, but that's the idea, right? You want to be trailing out with higher lows until your trend of choice, daily, weekly, whatever, until this breaks, right? And that's when you sell your last piece. And if you're committed to doing that, you don't got to stress as much. You don't got to worry. First off, this piece is never going to sell the top. It's always going to sell like 80% down from the top. But the only way you make it all the way up here is by knowing I don't need to think about this. Like, you're in from here, you take some profits, you've already secured the bag. You can comfortably trail out the rest knowing if it goes to zero, I'm still in profits. It's a winning trade. And then you don't got to stress about, is it over? Is it over? Well, did the chart break down? Did the last higher low that led to a higher low, is that done? Is that closed below? If not, relax, you know? Oh, dude, totally. I would get so mad at these apes. Like, they would come in. Yeah, you'd wake up and you'd be like, let's go, we're doing it. You know, you'd try and fit some kind of angle that would make it look like, let's go. And then you'd wake up the next morning and some guy puked like $3,000, and it would be down like 50%. And you think, fuck, like, this range felt like it lasted forever. And looking back, I mean, it's honestly one of the most clean accumulation structures I have ever seen in crypto, ever. And it was like $300,000 market cap. How does something trade so cleanly at such low liquidity? It was honestly mind-blowing. Like, and I talk about it a lot. People probably think I'm gay, but mad shout out to you, bro. I mean, I always stress this, like, you know, people don't got to thank me if they buy something I'm telling them about, I'm talking about, or stuff like that. If you put your money in the line, it's all you. If it goes up 100x, that's you, baby. If it goes down 100%, that's you, baby. But I gotta shout you out, brother. Like, you just hooked me up with all the info I need to succeed, man, and I really appreciate that. Bottom of my heart. When you get signals, you always send them in a Blockcircle early. Yeah. Dude, absolutely. I used to have a bad habit of I would tell it in Blockcircle, and then, like, not long after, I would tell about it on Twitter. Which was ridiculous, because there ain't no reason Twitter guys should get what paying members get. So I've really tried to hold off talking about it on Twitter until it's in really good profits for Blockcircle guys. But at the same time, you know, Twitter has that effect of getting, you know, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 views on a post. Getting more eyes on it is even better for the project. So it's, you know, it's a balance. But most people that follow me on Twitter too, especially before OXO, after OXO, I think a lot of guys put me on notifications. Like, I was talking about it on Twitter in this range, and it still wasn't breaking out because people weren't paying attention. They were not focused on it. So, but Blockcircle, you know, I'm hammering that stuff. And even more so in this range. Right? But here's the big thing. A lot of people have asked me this question before. Do I post in Blockcircle before I buy? And the answer is no. No. Especially if it's low liquidity. It's just not doable. Especially with how big we're getting and how big we're going to keep getting. If something's, 270K liquidity, I want to accumulate a $20,000 position, and a $5,000 buy does this, I can't, one, buy $20,000 right off. I have to accumulate. If I tell everyone I'm accumulating, it's another 50 people trying to accumulate. And all of a sudden, my accumulation plan is ruined. And Blockcircle started, well, Tom started it, but as, what it really turned into and what we agreed that it was is a journal of what I'm doing. It was never supposed to be a signals group where, hey, you get 5 signals a month, guaranteed to make money. No, it's, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, but I can't do what I'm doing. And, what I'm planning to do by talking about it beforehand. I don't mind saying, like, I'm looking at this project or whatever. But, first and foremost, my goal is to get the bag, right? So I can make money. That is the goal. Second goal, and honestly, what makes me more happy, for sure, is other people making money. And you will not really catch me saying, hey, guys, I just bought a fat bag of OXO here, and then Blockcircle gets in, and I'm like, all right, taking profits. Like, no, I will hold stuff through this all the way back to this, just to not dump on the homies. So, like, I don't want to hear people saying I ain't got a big heart or whatever. Or like, tell me about it before you accumulate. It's not fair. Like, it is what it is. Like. That's what WWG... Oh, dude, absolutely. And I've seen that in groups over and over. I used to be in a lot of groups just to kind of compare value, right? And I'm not really in them anymore because I just... too many Discords, dude. I can't do it. But I used to... I just want to see, what are the other people doing? Like, what are these chats like? And they would be low liquidity stuff. All right, guys. I just accumulated a bag of Kava. Whomp. Whoa! Crazy move. Taking profits. Like, that's just your homies. And it's because a lot of those groups, one, the owners don't care. They're just in it for the money. I'm in it for the money, obviously. Everyone should be in it for the money. If you're not, I don't know what you're doing here. But I'm also in it to teach, and because I genuinely care about the people in the chat. Like in my mind, y'all are my homies. I don't know you personally, right? If you saw me on the street, you wouldn't recognize me, vice versa. But I consider you guys, at the base level, acquaintances, friends, homies, like... I don't want to harm you guys in any way, even for my own financial benefit. A lot of these other chats, they don't care. They don't care at all. And it's sickening, and it's why there's a really bad stigma around paid groups. Like in general, people just, the biggest thing, right, is, why are you running the paid group, man? Why do you gotta get paid for other people if you can make money yourself? If you're running the paid group, you must not be a successful trader. It's like, what an asinine comment. Like no one who's ever taught something was successful at what they're teaching. It just is so bonkers to be like, wait, well, I give free alpha on my Twitter every day. That's great, dude. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. A lot of people give free alpha on my Twitter, and you know what happens to it? I never see it because I have 1,000 things on Twitter. Like, people want a place where they can go to and they can clearly see what's going on without way too much noise. That's where paid groups come in. Some people want their hands held and they want to be taught. I'm that kind of guy. When I got into crypto, you know what I did after a month? I lost half my investment. Very next week, I joined Boss Crypto or whatever it was back then. Because it was good for me. Yes, dude, that was, that was only 2 years ago. That was when I first moved into my house I'm at now. I bought the beanbags. Most of you guys follow me probably don't even know that or remember that. Did you ever see that, Ryan? I don't know if you're here now, but yeah, I got these 2 giant love sack beanbags. They're absolutely massive. And for just for hours, I just posted a video of me jumping into it. That's how it started. And then someone was like, Yeah, exactly. Someone's like, you want to do a backflip? I was like, oh shit. I mean, screw you. Of course I'm gonna do a backflip. I'm gonna do a backflip. And then they'd be like, well, do this, and I'll be like, okay, do this, and then do this, do that, jump over your friend, or do a cartwheel and do it, or whatever. And I ended up doing like a, what's it called? Like a rest. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was like a wrestling move off my counter, which looking back was so stupid. It's not that good of a counter. It could have just broken under my 170-pound weight. But I did a wrestling move, backflips off my counter. Could have easily just busted my head open. Didn't care. Someone on Twitter, hey, do this next. Sure, why not? And so for hours on Twitter, I was just jumping into my beanbag over and over. That's the only time I've ever actually doxed, I think, on Twitter. Like, people who save that, I'm sure someone out there saved that just to be like, I know what Crypto Hunter looks like. Well, that's true. They do. It was the only time I've ever doxed for the memes. You know? But, that was fun times, dude. I'll never do that again, probably. I still have the beanbags. One's upstairs in my guest room, and one is still in my living room, pretty much exactly where the videos took place. Except we have a couch and shit now, but... That was a fun time, dude. That was bull market times. That was right between my big Woo trade win and right before my big spell win. Good times, dude. Really, like, that was fun. But anyways, I'm kind of just babbling now. But I definitely digressed a fair bit from talking about zk stuff. But the big point there, and last note I'll make about, I don't dump on the homies, guys. I really don't. I mean, you guys can dump on me, and when I want to sell, I'm gonna sell. But I make a big effort. I would wager more than almost everyone out there in crypto to not dump on my mates. Like, I have taken sick losses just to not dump. Like, a great example is Daya. I had tens of thousands of dollars in that, and I was like #1 holder. And at every point, I'm like, damn, I just don't want to paint a fat candle down because I know the homies are in it. I shouldn't care about that. I shouldn't care. It's my own investment. I bought to sell, but I do. And I just, I won't, even OXO, I could come in at any point and just nuke this 80% and I've thrown it in Pepe. But 1, I believed in the project. 2, I didn't believe in Pepe. 3, I didn't want to wreck everyone that's gotten in it with me. The same reason I'm trying as best I can to OTC out my sales so I don't gotta puke down 20, 30, 40, 50% at any time. But, disclaimer, you best believe, at some point, and I can't wait, at some point I'm going to by myself paint a minus 25 or 30% daily candle and screenshot it and then go to the Telegram just to see who's getting angry. I can't wait. So, I'm letting you know now, I'm going to nuke it. Maybe at 10 cents, maybe at 20, 30, maybe 50 cents, maybe $1. Who knows? But I'm gonna nuke that bitch. And, what's most likely gonna happen? Probably this, or this, I'm gonna get wrecked doing it, but I'm gonna secure the bag, and I want to do it for the memes. So, if you're worried about that, you best be selling before I do. Want a just tiny amount of fair respected people in crypto. Yeah, absolutely. And most other people that are like me are not, like, they're not big on Twitter, right? They're not trying to get a big following. And I was never really trying to get a big following. It just kind of happened. But most of the good people are not the big accounts. Like, there was this big, what was the big drama this week with Trader SZ, right? The dude, the jackass asshole guy who's always shorting stuff, right? Like, are you guys seeing this? I've asked one, tell me it's malware on my computer. Get out of here. It's good. You know what it is? It's always BitTorrent. But yeah, Trader SZ, dude, like, that was the big drama this week. Guy's a jackass, and then another jackass doxed him, and it's just like, So okay, like, I mean, I'm never about doxing. I think doxing is one of the most scummy things you can do. I mean, there's a lot of people I really dislike in Twitter, but if I knew them, I would not dox them. It's just not right. PP has big selling pressure. I don't understand. Yeah, I'll feel the same way, dude. Like, who is selling PP? I don't get it. Like, it prints every day. It's still got hundreds of thousands of dollars in volume. It's, in my opinion, the best secondary Pepe you can get. So I don't know who these Jeets are, dude, man. It's crazy that they keep dumping. But I think they'll regret it. All in good time. No, PP and Pepe are not the same. PP is print the Pepe, where you hold PP, and the taxes from that go to buying Pepe. So it literally supports Pepe more than any other project, and then you get the reflections of that. So it's printing Pepe every day. I'll go check right now and see how much I have to collect today. I haven't checked since yesterday. $750 in Pepe. And I've printed over $100,000 of Pepe without ever buying Pepe. I just bought PP. And it prints Pepe. It's sick. I don't think that's true, dude. I know Brypto's main account, and I don't think he's buying outside of that main account. Maybe on a couple, but I genuinely don't think he's doing that. Yeah, 1.3 cents. Contract address is 0xC8ED243. 1.3 cents on mute. That's the right one. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it just as long as people buy and sell, even if it's not a lot, it's gonna keep printing. Millions of PP. Millions of PP. Does he? I haven't noticed that. I watch his wallet a pretty decent bit, and I have not noticed him doing that. But regardless, you know, the guy's got a fat bag of PP. Like you said, you know, I ain't mad if he's doing that. You know, power to him. But he's the only guy actively supporting this project every single day. I mean, he is pushing the shit out of this. So, you know, mad respect to him for that. And he's in from, like, back here originally with us. So, you know, guy deserves it for sure. Well, he's not exactly the top holder, but yeah, he's up there. He's up there. He's number... Oh, he is top holder today. The fucking motherfucker he surpassed. What a Chad. I think he's also taking profits on other stuff to buy more. Which is pretty Chad. I mean, he's got a lot on the line. You know, he's got a lot on the line. So the dude deserves a dub. But I'm only seeing, like, 3 sales in the last, like, 2 weeks. I mean, dude's not really selling much. And he continually buys a lot, too. It's kind of Chad. I mean, he's holding 4.5% of the supply. If he wants to sell outside of that, power to him. I don't think anyone really wants to have more than 5% of the supply of a coin. Kind of AIDS, honestly. Like, I can see he transferred and sold like 20,000 Pepe or PP. He transferred and sold like 500,000 PP. Like, okay, he's holding like 3.5 million. You know, I don't see a problem with it at all. And that's all the activity in the last, like, 13 days. As far as I can tell. You know, so it's not really that much. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, exactly. He buys back what he sells a lot. He's risking the bag. He's risking more than everyone else on this. So, power to him. I see a lot of Bripto hate on Twitter sometimes, and I just don't get it. Like, the guy's a Chad. He gives early entries all day on Twitter. I mean... But anyways, yeah, we stay printing. And as long as Pepe's going to be around for weeks, months, years, whatever, I don't see why I would get rid of my print the Pepe. I mean, I just keep printing the best meme coin in existence. Even if volume dries up a bit, it still prints. Slowly, but surely. Yeah, right. But it's not even that out there. I mean, you guys remember Bull Run Top? The top 100 coins were not even... Like, they were all above $1 billion. So it's not even that out there. It's like a meme, but it's really not. But, anyways, I think that's pretty much all I care to go for today. I mean, we've been here about 2 hours. Had a lot of fun. A lot of good alpha here. A lot of good questions answered. I'm tired. But, as always, I greatly appreciate that you guys tune into this. And keeping the chat active is awesome. I mean, back in the days when the chat was not active, it was just tough. Sometimes I just don't know what to say, but when you guys are here talking, it's so much easier to keep going. 2 hours flies by, I swear. So, big ups to you guys. Big ups to Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. All the glory to you. Would not do this without you. Could not do this without you. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Burke. I hope you all have a great trading week. If you're not in Blockcircle, best time to get in was yesterday. Next best time is today. I'll see you guys there. And if not, you know, I'll catch you on Twitter. Anyways, much love. Peace out.